This video is sponsored by Netmarble. If you're interested in playing Lineage 2 Revolution, click on the link in the description below to find out more and pre-register for the game to get some sweet loots. With a Z. Before I delve into Lineage 2 Revolution, let's set up some context here. I find mobile games to be an odd beast. They're a lot like candy. You know you shouldn't, but...
Hive, you okay?
I can quit anytime I want! Don't look at me! For the most part, I've ignored them. Not in real life, mind you, just in terms of this channel. No, in real life, I tend to like mobile games. That said, I don't view them the same way as other games. To me, they're more like time killers. Something you do while you're waiting to do something else. Look, my kid's tumbling class is an hour long, and I can only watch him do cartwheels for like 10 minutes before I'm bored.
How was that one, Daddy?
You're doing great!
But you're not looking!
Wow, that was a good one.
I want a new dad.
Love you too. So due to the way I play mobile games, I don't really hold them to the same standards as normal games. Namely because I have a completely different set of criteria as to what makes a good mobile game versus a good PC game. This is especially true for MMOs. A typical MMO play session for me is probably 2 to 3 hours at the very least. And even then, I'd say I accomplish very little in that amount of time. I play mobile games about 30 minutes a pop at most. And in that time, I'd like to feel like I accomplished something. Hence, I like my mobile games to be fast-paced, with quick rewards, and that hopefully won't try to shove a cash door in my face every 30 seconds. If I could get a mobile MMO with all of those qualities, that would be perfect. And since mobile games tend to print money, quite a few recognizable names in the MMO market are making their way to mobile, one of which is Lineage 2 Revolution. Despite the fact that I've never talked about the Lineage series on this channel, I played Lineage 2 extensively back in college. And if you don't know what Lineage is, it is one of the granddaddies of the MMO genre. You should do your research, brah. Seriously, please do, because I sure as hell don't, and someone needs to do it. And I plan to play Lineage Eternal when it comes out. By the way, guys, when y'all are ready to test Eternal, just, call me. But since I have a while to wait for that one, Lineage 2 Revolution will have to do. Yes, we're finally getting to the game that this video is on. And we're only 2 minutes in. Whew, this is gonna be a long one. But I felt the context was necessary because 1, this is the first time I've touched on mobile games. And 2, while Lineage 2 Revolution has a lot of elements found in full-featured MMOs, at its core, it's still a mobile game, and I hold it to those standards. So let's get to the game. First thing out of the gate is some quick story, which is all voice acted. Although it could use a silky, smooth voice in there if you catch my audition. Then it's tutorial time, or kind of tutorial. If you've played an action RPG on your phone before, the controls will seem pretty familiar. You've got your virtual joystick, attack button, abilities, potions, and then all your menu options. And yeah, there's a lot here. But don't fret, the game breaks it all down for you very nicely. If you didn't notice, Lineage 2 Revolution uses the Unreal 4 engine, and I think it shows. I should mention that I played this on my phone, not on an emulator, because I wanted the true experience of ignoring my child. Although my phone is not top of the line, so I'm not sure the footage does the visuals justice. After the semi-tutorial is finished, we get to create our character. Lineage 2 Revolution allows you to choose from 4 races: human, elf, dark elf, and dwarf. And that might be the most adorable dwarf I've ever seen. Yes, you are. Yes, you are! Each race has its own set of stats, making them ideal for particular classes. But who cares, just go with whatever you want. Speaking of which, you'll start off by choosing from one of 3 classes: Warrior, Rogue, or Mystic. However, at level 31, you'll get to choose an advanced class, but more on that later. So then pick your class and choose your hairstyle, and off you go! For my little adventure, I chose to forsake my human side for once, and went with a Dark Elf Mystic. From here, you'll begin questing, and this should remind you of your normal MMO quest. You'll talk to a few people, and naturally kill a few wolves. What kind of MMO would it be if you didn't kill some wolves? The first few quests are simply to teach you the system, and it's fairly simple. Run to the objective, complete it, and then turn it in. From what I've played, you won't have too many quests going at once, so it's easy to keep track of what you're doing. You can also have quests run themselves if you want. From other videos I've seen of the game, this has been the major point of criticism. It can kinda play itself if you let it. Your character will run to the objective, do whatever the task is, run back, and turn in the quest. However, you will actually need to be there to complete it and start up the next one. I can see both sides of the argument about this type of system, but if you don't like it, guess what? Just click here and you can do it yourself. Or don't. Choices. After a few quests, the game will teach you about the inventory system, specifically equipment, and you're gonna get a lot of it. Armor, weapons, jewelry, chests, and a whole lot more. Now you could sit there and look at each and every piece to figure out which one is best, or you could just use the auto-equip feature to have the best one equipped for you. It's up to you, I guess. Each item also has a level, so once you find something good, simply start leveling it up by feeding it other pieces of equipment. Darwinism at work. You'll also notice that each piece of equipment has a rank, starting at C, then B, then all the way up to SR. What kind of alphabet are y'all using? Naturally, you'll want the best ranked gear you can get, so you'll want to combine pieces of gear to create an item of better quality. Next up is skills. You'll really only have a few skills in the game, which you'll level up to make them more effective. And then you have runes. Runes allow you to gain stat increases the more you put points into each one of these nodes. And there are like 9 pages of nodes, and each node goes up to like rank 7. This could take a while. As I mentioned earlier, once you hit level 31, you'll get to choose from 2 advanced classes after going through a trial of sorts. And those trials can be a bitch, so you'll want to make sure you're ready. Or maybe just take some friends. And each of these advanced classes are different depending on your class and race. For example, my rogue here can choose to specialize in daggers or be a ranged DPS with a bow. My mystic could be an AoE damage dealer or a healer. Take a guess at which one I picked. Spoiler for any new people out there, I picked healer. It's kind of my thing. Doing this will unlock some new skills for you to level up. As you continue to make your way through the story, taking on bands of orcs and your friendly neighborhood dragons, you'll be introduced to daily dungeons. Each day you can do a dungeon, which seems to consist of waves of enemies followed by a boss, or sometimes just a boss, for some nice rewards. Speaking of which, this game likes to reward you. A lot. You've got login rewards, rewards for staying online for a certain amount of time, rewards for staying offline for a certain amount of time, which might mark the first time a game has rewarded me for not playing it, achievements which come fast and often and have their own rewards, titles to obtain which provide a boost to your character, free high-level equipment boxes every few hours. Again, they're just giving you a lot of stuff for playing. Or not playing. Along with your daily dungeon, you will gain access to the Tower of Insolence. This is a test of your skills, as you clear floor after floor of enemies and bosses. Wait, I know Groot, and that is no Groot. And I also know the Iron Spider, and that is no Iron Spider, my friend. Just what kind of shenanigans are you trying to pull here? Once you hit level 50, you'll be given a quest to obtain a mount to help you get around faster. A bear. All the power of a godless killing machine between your legs. Insert your own joke here. The people at Netmarble were nice enough to give me a max level character to run around with. At max level, it's time to MMO it up with dailies. Like doing your dungeons, PvP, quest, leveling up equipment, helping your clan with its dailies. Oh yeah, there are clans you can join, kind of like guilds. Should have mentioned that. There's a lot to do to keep you occupied. Seriously, look at all this stuff I didn't get to experience. Elite dungeons, the Extraction Pit, Temple Guardian, Adena Vault, Trials of Experience, Summoning Circle. I don't know what they all are, but yeah, there's a lot to do. The 2 things I really wanted to try but didn't get to were Fortress Sieges and Castle Sieges. From what I gather, these are large-scale PvP, with Fortress Sieges being 50 versus 50 people, and Castle Sieges clocking in at a whopping 200 players. Holy crap. I would love to get in on that. But that might have to wait until the game actually releases and there are other people playing. I'm so alone. All in all, I found Lineage 2 Revolution to be pretty enjoyable. It has a solid mix of MMO and mobile game features, and in the time I played, never asked me to buy anything even once. So that was nice. I found myself playing it a lot more than I needed for footage. So if you're looking for a mobile game, or specifically a mobile MMO, check out the game's website by clicking on the link in the description below. And as I mentioned earlier, maybe go ahead and pre-register to get yourself some fat loots. Now if you'll excuse me, I gotta go kill some bears. You're welcome, Earth.
You realize diabetes is a thing, right?
And that was Lineage 2 Revolution. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for future videos. If you liked this one, why not watch another video? If you want, you can follow me on Twitter or Facebook, and make sure to follow me on Twitch for my weekly live streams. And you can donate to the channel on Patreon like these other amazing people. I wouldn't ignore their cartwheels.